Today, we are diving deep into one of the most incredible, most fascinating concepts in Tantric Hinduism, the 10 great wisdom goddesses, known as the Mahavidyas. So let me ask you, how much do you really know about the Tantric Devis? You know, we hear a lot about gods and goddesses, but this specific group, they represent something truly profound. It's like a full spectrum of divine wisdom.
And the name itself, Mahavidya, is our first clue. It breaks down into two Sanskrit words, Maha, which means great, and Vidya, which is so much more than just knowledge. It's revelatory wisdom. So right off the bat, we're not just talking about 10 goddesses, we're talking about 10 great wisdoms, and each one reveals a completely different facet of ultimate reality.
Now, their origin story is just amazing. The legend goes that the goddess Sati was determined to attend a grand ritual, but her husband, Shiva, forbade it. To stop him from walking away and to show him her true power, she transformed. She exploded into 10 powerful, awe-inspiring forms that blocked every single direction of space. What this story really tells us is that the Divine Mother is inescapable. She governs every single corner of our reality. Okay, so let's meet these incredible forms. We're going to start with the first 5, and they'll take us on a journey from the very fabric of existence, time itself, all the way to the purifying fire of divine anger. And first up is the one you've probably heard of, the primal and immensely powerful Kali. Kali is, well, she's ultimate reality. She is the raw power of time that gives birth to everything and, eventually, devours it all. She exists beyond all illusion, all names, all forms. That's why she's often shown naked, clothed only in infinite space. And that garland of skulls she wears? It's not just for shock value. Each skull represents a severed ego, the ahankara, showing that she is the one who liberates us by destroying our small, limited sense of self.
So next in our lineup is the second Mahavidya, Tara.
If Kali is time itself, then Tara is our guide through it. Her name, Tarini, literally means she who carries souls across. She's the celestial navigator, the one who helps us cross the vast, chaotic ocean of existence. She represents the saving power of sacred sound and a life-giving force of our own breath. Sometimes called the tantric form of Saraswati, her whole purpose is to protect and guide us through life's dangers. Okay, now we shift gears to a completely different kind of energy, with our third great wisdom, Tripura Sundras. Tripura Sundari is the absolute embodiment of pure bliss and radiant beauty. Her name means the beauty of the three worlds, and she represents the sheer delight of being alive. Her wisdom is that divinity isn't just found in hardship, but also in pure, unadulterated joy. She governs our entire consciousness, from waking to dreaming to deep sleep, showing us how to find that supreme bliss in every part of our world. And now, for the fourth Mahavidya, the Empress of the entire universe herself, Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvaneshwari is infinite space. She is the great cosmic womb that gives birth to every single universe, every galaxy, every star. She's the container that holds all of creation. And on a personal level, she gives us that inner space, that sense of perspective that lets us witness all the drama of life without getting totally overwhelmed by it.
And this right here highlights a really fundamental duality. On one side, you've got Kali, the dynamic, relentless force of time pushing everything forward. And on the other, you have Bhuvaneshwari, the infinite, unchanging container of space that holds it all. You know, together, they basically form the coordinates of our reality.
All right, rounding out our first 5 is a goddess whose name alone can be pretty intimidating. Bhairavi.
Her name actually means terrifying, but her fierceness is really that of a fiercely protective mother. Bhairavi represents something called tapas shakti, this intense, purifying heat that's generated by spiritual focus. So her divine wrath isn't just destructive, it's a cleansing fire that burns away our negativity, our laziness, and all those stagnant patterns that hold us back from who we're meant to be. So, you're ready for the second half of our journey? If you thought the first 5 goddesses covered a lot of ground, well, the next 5 expand this whole spectrum of wisdom into even more radical and surprising places. And we are starting with perhaps the most shocking and visually stunning Mahavidya of them all, Chinnamasta. And yep, you are seeing that right. Chinnamasta is the goddess who has decapitated herself. She holds her own severed head, and jets of blood from her neck miraculously nourish both her and her attendants.
This startling image symbolizes the most radical act possible, the complete severing of the ego. It represents a state of pure consciousness, totally free from the constant chatter of the mind, and it shows that life sustains life, even through ultimate sacrifice.
From that really intense image, we move to a very different kind of power with the seventh goddess, Dhumavati.
Dhumavati is depicted as an old, smoky widow. She represents the wisdom found not in fullness, but in emptiness. She's about the profound lessons we only learn through loss, through loneliness, and disappointment. Ultimately, she teaches us discrimination, the crucial ability to see past what's temporary and recognize what is truly eternal. She is the wisdom of letting go.
Okay, let's move on to our eighth goddess, who wields one of the most subtle yet immense powers of all, Bagalamukhi.
Bagalamukhi has the power to paralyze, to bring any action or any word to a sudden, complete stop. Now, while this could be used against external enemies, her real power is internal. She is the force that can still the endless, racing thoughts in our own minds. She teaches this incredible lesson. In a world that is just full of noise, sometimes the greatest power is found in total silence and stillness.
Next, we get to meet the sacred rebel of the group, the ninth Mahavidya, Matangi.
Matangi is often called the Tantric Saraswati, but unlike the pristine, conventional goddess of knowledge, Matangi finds divinity in what society calls impure or outcast. She governs raw, untamed creative expression and the power of the spoken word. She basically challenges all social norms, teaching us that true sacredness lies in our authenticity, not in trying to conform to someone else's rules. And finally, we arrive at our 10th and final Mahavidya, who really brings our whole journey full circle, Kamala.
Kamala is the beautiful lotus goddess of abundance, sometimes known as the Tantric Lakshmi. After we've journeyed through time, space, wrath, sacrifice, and silence, Kamala represents spiritual fulfillment that's found within the material world. She teaches that wealth and worldly enjoyment aren't obstacles to liberation. They can actually be part of it, as long as we see the world as a divine temple to be enjoyed with grace and an open heart.
I mean, this contrast is just so powerful, isn't it? On one end of the spectrum, you have Chinnamasta teaching liberation through radical sacrifice and detachment, and on the complete other end, you have Kamala teaching liberation through joyful participation and enjoyment. This just shows the incredible scope of the Mahavidyas. They contain every possible path to wisdom.
So we've met all 10, but what does it all mean when we bring them together? Honestly, this is the most important part.
So let's just do a super quick recap. We have Kali, who is time, Tara, navigation, Tripura Sundari is bliss, Bhuvaneshwari is space, and Bhairavi is wrath. Then we saw Chinnamasta representing sacrifice, Dhumavati the void, Bagalamukhi silence, Matangi knowledge, and finally Kamala abundance. I mean, as you can see, every single facet of life is covered here. But here it is, the most crucial point of all. The Mahavidyas are not 10 separate competing goddesses. They are 10 faces, 10 moods, 10 masks of the one single divine mother. Think of it like a prism. Ultimate reality is like pure white light, and the Mahavidyas are the distinct, beautiful colors that emerge when that one light is revealed to us.
So as we close out, I'm just going to leave you with this one question to think about. If these 10 great wisdoms truly cover every single aspect of reality, from creation to destruction, from emptiness to abundance, from silence to expression, which one of their energies, which one of their wisdoms speaks to you the most right now?